Hello and welcome to MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. As you can see, there is no MPL Super Couch because
Why?
it is gone.
Why? But somebody predicted it, right?
Your prediction was
That Mumbai will win.
that was it.
Yeah.
You actually predicted that the game would finish in the 19th over.
Yeah,
So you should have it.
Actually, on this occasion, you should win.
I should have it.
Yeah.
But I
For the
should,
first time you
rightfully
got-
have it. But because I was accused rather unfairly the last time of not earning it, this time I decided to give it up in protest, just to make you feel bad.
You didn't even realize you had the
Just to make you feel bad.
If Michael hadn't pointed it out.
That's right. I wouldn't have known. I was still trying to finish it from running. Who Hardik's finished the match. He's like, who just look? It was 24 to win. It could go down to the last ball. It could happen. Boom, 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 boom.
There is
gone.
only one thing to do after this, which is stay away from Ashish Nehra.
Yeah,
Well, that's
wow.
a good conversation in the dressing room. Ashish Nehra and Virat Kohli. Ashish.
But you saw all of them. There was Ashish, there was AB, there was Gary. They were all going bowl.
Was it the wrong call, though? I'm not sure it was wrong. It wasn't a
I think
bad call,
the-
was it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's the way I'd have definitely gone.
Yeah. Would you have gone earlier though? Would you have gone 7? Because I remember the 17th.
17th over is generally the key over.
Yeah.
17th over is the over that you gamble on your wicket taker to try and nullify, get the player out. You know, as soon as you get down to 19, 20, it's really irrelevant who's on. They're just going to try and strike. And sometimes that 17th over on a chase, like we saw, getting to 12, 13s, they still look to just not want to.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone. Hardik wouldn't have gone after.
They want to maybe not have gone as hard. As soon as you get down to 19, 20, you just go, you just strike.
Yeah, and what you say 19th over for Nagy, you wouldn't have bowled him in the 20th. That's just
Unless you had no choice, yeah.
yeah. So you had a choice. You bowled him in the 19th. You had one
He
over left
gambled.
from.
Look, if the ball wasn't turning that
Yeah.
much, it was turning square. He probably gambled, thinking, look, Hardik's going to go for it. He'll get a top edge, maybe get an edge somewhere.
You got a dot ball the first ball. The first ball spun past the outside edge, and you saw
turning that much.
Yeah.
So if I was Nagy, I'd actually be disappointed at the numbers. Look, what's Nagy finished with? 4 overs, 47 on that track.
Yeah.
It's too many. Too many. Ishan Kishan climbed into him, hit him into the stands a couple of times.
Yeah, that Ishan Kishan cameo that he did there, that was fine. They were going at the speed of knots at the halfway stage. It should have never have come down this late, but that was just the kind of spin bowling that happened today. The ball was just, it was basically like, traffic in Mumbai. It was just turning left and right without any indicators.
So once again, the bowler we in India love to undermine
Yeah.
and pretend that there are many like him in India. Has bowled 4 overs, 2 for 18. Moeen Ali.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere I go, people say, there's hundreds of Moeen Alis in India, and he's got 170 test wickets.
Yeah.
And he's got 4 overs, 2 for 18 today,
Yeah.
including Rohit Sharma bowled.
Quentin de
Bowled
Kock,
middle stump
LBW.
trying to cut.
Yeah.
And then Quinton de Kock with one that went with the arm.
But
Moeen
that
Ali's
was a beautiful delivery.
Moeen
That-
Ali is a nice bowler.
Yeah.
He's a good bowler because
course he is.
he gets revolutions on the ball. He gets a little bit of shape through the A balls, a good pace, and also he's a batsman. So he thinks like a batsman when he's bowling. That's one of the real arts in T20 cricket. Is if you're thinking like the batsman in your bowling, you can just be in their mind as well. And that's what Moeen Ali is. When he's got the ball in hand, he's thinking, what is that batsman thinking? Particularly when the left-hander comes out, he knows there's a left-hander.
Yeah.
And as soon as one spins square, you kind of go over to the off stump to try and cover the big spinning ball. And if you can get one going straight, the LBW comes into play as well. So he's a good bowler.
Yeah, the trigger movement of a batsman, I guess Moeen knows that. And Michael called it correctly, saying that Moeen got the runs and therefore he'll carry that confidence into his bowling. Boy, did you call that right. Not getting a couch for it, but
No, don't get
Off
a
my
nice
hat.
little sofa. But yeah, I've watched Moeen Ali for a number of years with England, and vice versa. When it goes wrong for Moeen Ali, everything goes wrong.
yeah.
His batting goes wrong, it goes into his bowling. But when he gets on a run and when he starts finding form with the bat, many all-rounders are like that, aren't they, Harsh? As soon as you get an all-rounder doing something special with one aspect of the game, it kind of rubs off on the other aspects of the game. So he's no different to all all-rounders.
And also, hasn't he batted at pretty much every position that there is in England?
I think he's batted for England. I think I'm from pretty much 1 to about 9.
He batted 3 in the test matches against India. Then he opened in Sri Lanka, I think.
Yeah, he's had an opening
batted
berth.
everywhere.
Yeah, the problem with Moeen's batting is he is that kind of player that you feel at times, you think, well, he could open the batting. He's playing that well. He got 100 against Sri Lanka. I think it was his first Test 100. And he batted, it was pretty much the whole of the last day. We were batting out for the draw. And he batted incredible. Just rock solid and control. And then it was the game that Jimmy Anderson was out to the penultimate ball for Sri Lanka to win it ahead, and he got bounced out. But Moeen batted the whole day. It was magnificent. And then we were like, well, Moeen could actually be a player that can bat long periods of time, play for his off stump, leave. And then about a few weeks later, we go, where's Moeen gone? Moeen's gone back to being Moeen, just flashing it. And I think he's more naturally inclined to being that player than he is the player that we saw him get that last day Test 100.
Let's talk about Hardik Pandya and the finish that he gave us. Oh boy, this boy's good.
Tell you what, a couple of things. He took a single of the last ball of the 18th. Kyron Pollard wanted a second. He just waved him off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Just waving Kyron Pollard. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So Kyron Pollard comes into bat. Is 0 not out of 0 balls because he said, I'll just finish it off.
But he's there in the end.
But he also hits. He hits the ball to very unusual places with a straight bat. He hit it with a straight bat down to square leg.
Yeah.
And he hits so clean.
Yeah.
He's, on that turning track, he's finished 37 or 16 balls.
Yeah, but that one dropped catch, I didn't understand because I don't know where Tim Southee was that time. Was he?
He was running back, but
Yeah.
He'd have been in that position. So if you're on the 30-yard circle in the penultimate overs, you know you're not there for the single. So what he would have done, he would just walk back a few yards. So he takes himself out the 30 yards.
as soon as the ball is bowled, just walk
Yeah,
back.
so he's kind of going back. So it'd have been 35 yards out. And it goes over his head. And actually, when you look at the replay, and he'll be the first, he probably could have got 2 hands for it. But it looks to me like he's made his mind up early that he's going to go with the one hand.
Yeah, and his wrong hand.
And then he almost gets, and then he gets a bit too close for it.
Yeah.
And it's almost just there when he drops the ball and he punches it to the boundary before. I'm pretty sure he could have got both hands to it. But, you've got to take those chances. When you're up against the power of Pandya or Pollard or Chris Gale, those chances have to be taken if you're going to win the games.
I just like the fact that you're cool. There didn't seem to be any panic around Hardik Pandya. It wasn't that he was trying to slog every ball here and there. He just seemed to be calm. The only way I thought he'd get out, actually, was apart from the top edge, was if he trampled onto the stumps.
Yeah, he goes back.
He was that far back.
Yeah, and but he's hard to bowl to because of that. So he's basically saying to the bowler, I'm back on off stump with my right foot. And I'm opening my left side up to about leg stump, and you know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But where he's so good is that a bowler sees that and goes, well, I'm going to throw it out wide. And as you saw, a few kind of cutters went past the wide line, one was got away with. But he's so good at unleashing his hand speed, and he can hit it over point. Yeah. We've seen him hit sixes over point, and then we've seen him hit sixes over extra cover, and then you come a bit straighter, and he just gets that straight bat and takes you over long on. You've got a little box to aim into. I'll just say to any bowler at that stage, just aim for the right toe. Wherever that right toe is, you've got to try and aim for that right toe.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything, just keep it dead simple. Any batsman that you're bowling to at the end, if you're going for a Yorker, unless you're going wide and you see them going outside like something, you fire it in wide to get them reaching and you can't get any kind of elevation on it, that's fine, but just follow the right toe.
That's what Bumrah did to AB, didn't he? That's what Bumrah did to AB. He just kept getting him. Got 2 boundaries hit and then a good comeback because he kept doing that. He also got one on the head. But otherwise,
that's why he didn't field,
But he can hit good balls for 6.
Yeah, but
which is the quality. I saw him get his first Test 100 in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And I think when number 11 came in, he must have been 40 or 50.
Yeah, he got that 100 in like 20 minutes or something.
And he got the last 50 just for fun.
Yeah.
It was just.
But he's a huge plus for India in the World Cup.
I gotta say one thing though about Hardik is people keep thinking he's got this slam bang kind of game. When you describe his batting style, his stance, and the way he's batting, and obviously optimizing his skill and messing with the bowler's mind, that's pretty clever play. That's a thinking batsman.
Yeah, and he's the kind of cricketer at the right age now that in India you talk hugely about him, as you should, because he's been great. But the world stage has not really seen him as much. And the World Cup in a few weeks' time, you could see someone like that really transpiring to being a superstar because he's got the stage, he's got the game, he'll be arriving full of confidence, and he could be that player that could win India games.
Could he be the guy who takes us from 280 to 320?
Yeah,
he's the guy, right?
Yeah, he could be. But he'll have to be.
Yeah.
He'll have to have his day because I see when he has his day, anything's possible.
Yeah, so Hardik was just absolutely spectacular and they just got the Mumbai Indians home. Do the Mumbai Indians have anything to worry about here after this? I know they won today, but after the power play and after the first 10 overs, there's no way you need a 22 in the 19th over. And so
Kunal got 11 of 21,
yeah.
And he was sent in as a left-hander because there was a leg spinner there was a left-arm spinner bowling. Ishan Kishan had just hit 21 of 9, so sent out the left-hander again, saying let's just keep it going. And he got 11 of 21. So maybe he thought, look, now that we're on a roll, let's not lose a wicket. I don't know what is going on in his mind.
He has been struggling this tournament.
But the thing about the Mumbai Indians, when they win, they just win.
Yeah.
They don't annihilate anyone. They win off the last over, or I guess, Kieran Pollard smacks 80 off 30 balls. It's not that they don't happen. Alzarri Joseph 6 for 12. You're kind of looking at the Mumbai Indians. They're entertaining because you know that the game generally goes deep. They get themselves in a position of winning, then they allow the opposition back in, and then they come back. They're the entertainers. Whether they want to be the entertainers all the time, they'd like to win easier. I'm sure they would. They can't. They just
I've been seeing them for 12 years. Mumbai Indians do not win easy.
Well,
there's never a dull moment with them.
Mumbai Indians, edge of your seat, always.
Great to watch,
Always,
aren't they?
Yeah, they'll lose 5 in a row, then they'll win 7 in a row. They just do stuff. They do stuff, and I guess that's why they are a marquee team, and that's why they're a team that's followed.
What are RCB? I mean, we were all watching the game. I've just gone in. There's a lot of RCB fans around here.
Yeah.
And I said 30 odd from 3. I said, you got a chance here? I said no.
Yeah.
They've gone, haven't they?
I hope the players don't think like that. I mean, it's okay for the fans to think like that.
Yeah.
But just one is the players think we've lost so many. How are we going to lose today? Can that happen sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you've lost games like that already in the tournament. Yeah, you just have that kind of the wrong buzz. You know, when you're winning, you get the right buzz. Yeah. Well, I would think that the RCB team have got the wrong.
But I don't know. Today, towards the last few overs, it seemed like they didn't seem like a team that's lost 6 on the trot. Just to be fair, they didn't look completely upbeat.
No,
they didn't look checked out.
No, but when I see things like I saw from the dugout, from Ashes near the bowling coach, I always look at that and think the team can't be operating incredibly well.
Okay.
You know, if the dugout can't let the 11 out on the middle just make the decisions, and they're having to shout out, as much as we all would have gone with the same decision, if they're having to shout out for that to happen, I don't think that's a great ship to be in.
He's doing that from the dugout, but if the captain's in control, he's not looking at the dugout, right?
Well, he shouldn't be.
So how does the captain know he's actually saying that?
But that's what you were saying. I mean, you did say earlier in the game that Virat has had the help of MS Dhoni in ODI cricket. Probably needs that help on the field tactically. I guess he's looking at the dugout. He's looking at Ashish Nehra, Gary Kirsten. He's like, all right, I've got...
You never lead by committee, do you, in a cricket team? You never lead by committee. It's always you. The wins and losses, as we always say, go against the captain's name.
You've got to go with your gut feel. I've always said with leadership in cricket that when it gets down to the pressure zone, as much as I was a captain that went around asking for ideas, because I wanted the whole team to be involved in any decision, but as soon as it got down to the nitty-gritty of the pressure, it was you.
Yeah.
You had to say you just concentrate on what you're doing. You concentrate on your fielding or your keeping and your bowling, I'll make some decisions, because that's why you're there as a captain. Of course. You've got to have it in you to, and that's the best time as captain, I also think. You know, when you actually could be criticised, when you could make a decision that could win a game. There's not many times in cricket actually that the captain makes decisions that wins you that game.
Yeah.
You know, it's the odd bowling change or the odd field setting. And they're the times as a captain that you should that's why you want to be captain.
Yeah.
You know, because of those moments. You know, if you're having to look over and, you know, if for instance, if Virat wanted to bowl Marcus Stoinis, he should have bowled Marcus Stoinis. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't be getting swayed by anyone on the side.
You know, that's the difference. What's the difference? We often say, what's the difference between a captain and a vice captain? The vice captain is very good at laying out the scenarios, right? I think if we do this, this will happen. If we do this, this will happen. But do you have the guts to say, but I am going to do this? That's what separates the vice captain from the captain. The captain takes the call. He says, I will do this. And that takes guts to do.
Yeah.
And that's what separates a captain from everybody else. I've got the guts to take that decision. Otherwise, you're like a consultant. You know, this is what can happen. This is what can happen. This is what can happen. Yeah. That's why sometimes good captains have very good vice captains who can sort of offer thoughts. But the key is who's taking the call. And that's what separates the captain from everybody else.
Whoa, these are war room strategies, man. I'm telling you, it's the game of cricket is not that easy. It's not as easy as just going out and bowling a ball and hitting one.
That's why it's also easier to be a commentator.
Because it's far
easier. To take a decision. The easiest decision to take is the one you don't have to take, right?
Oh, the easiest decision to take is the one you take in hindsight. Like we do right now. I will tell you what should have happened, but I will tell you what has happened with the MPL hero of the match. It was an easy decision for Mumbai Indians because Alzarri Joseph was injured, so Lasith Malinga came in. Remember, he had sat out the last 2 games despite being available because of Alzarri. And Alzarri dislocated his shoulder. Unfortunately for him, Malinga comes in, 4 overs, 31 runs, picks up 4 wickets. He's our MPL hero of the match. And out of you guys, the leaders, the strategists, the captains, tactically strong. You play my super team on MPL, and that's what gets you up on the leaderboard. And let's see who has got on the leaderboard today. This is the super team hero on MPL. Shivnath, 402 points.
Where's the picture?
That is his picture. That is his picture. He's anonymous.
The king?
He's anonymous. He decides to play. He doesn't want people to know his strategy. So therefore, he will not reveal himself. Shivnath, congratulations. You've breached 400. Well done. And obviously, nobody else will be able to do it because they don't know who you are. So, well done. Congratulations here on that leaderboard. Wow, that is amazing. But in case you didn't do well, besides Shivnath, if you didn't do well on MPL Super Team, then you can also take part in other games in MPL. There is Pro Cricket, there is Run Out. So, try your luck and skill on that. Okay, well, that's wraps up.
You know, most times, I mean, I do post-game presentations sometimes, and most times you actually get nothing in the post-game presentation. What Rohit has said today is very interesting. He says, to be honest, I still haven't figured out the picture this season. He said, normally it's safe to chase here, but today no one expected him to play like this.
Yeah. And
But that's a big thing for most captains. Say, I knew what I was doing, right? Yeah.
You get, I mean, and the thing is that he must be thinking and going, I got a 67-run power play in a 172-run chase. Why did you guys take it so deep? What happened? It's obviously the pitch because you saw what was going on with the spinner.
Spin, yeah. He started to spin more than we've seen this year.
Is that because there was no dew this evening?
We need the dew man.
We need the dew man. We need Simon Dewell. We need the dew man. We ain't got the dew man. If you don't got the dew man, we can't tell you about the dew.
He'll do the due diligence, won't he?
He does, yes. He just said you have to pay him by the due date. This was all. We did this yesterday. We can't do it again.
We were saying that
break their phones
because Dooley was saying that all these grounds you need to send someone the night before. Obviously, teams training 7 till 9, but the games are on.
I said you've
12.
Got to sleep there.
So I'm saying you need a new member of the backroom team. You need a Jew.
A Jew in charge.
Yeah, you're in charge of the Jew.
So this year when India were in Australia, there were 17 support staff, but they still didn't have someone who's going to sleep there that night to check out on the dew.
Well,
but that's the question I want to ask you. You're all fans of a team. If your team wanted to be the dew man, would you? Would you?
No.
Would you? Would you? Would you?
I'm changing the topic.
Completely changing. Let's look at the points.
Was Mulling the man of the match?
Let's see what has happened to the points table. Real quick, with Mumbai winning today, they've gone into number 3 position, so they are also 5-3. Delhi's 5-3. Chennai, let's forget about them. They're 7-1. Let's just forget about that. Kolkata's 4-4. And obviously, Punjab is 4-4. Yeah, it's, I mean, we are a little beyond the halfway stage, but tough to call the other 3. Easy to call Chennai as qualifying.
You're still looking for permutations to get Bangalore in?
Nah, I think it's tough now. Yeah, I think it's tough now.
Yeah. Virat should go on his holidays before the World Cup. His team aren't qualifying.
Yeah, they aren't. But he's not going to.
Should.
He's not going to leave the team.
Should
go on a little vacation?
Should go and rest. He's only human.
Yeah.
Plays so much. It's a perfect opportunity.
The last time I said he's only human, I got about 300 tweets criticizing me. I said Dhoni is human. He's proved he's like us. Yeah. He can also lose it.
No.
You said, no, he's not human.
He is a robot.
You were soft on him.
As Tony.
No, I wasn't. I just said he's human. It can happen to him. We thought he's a monk, right? It can happen to him. He did something silly, but can Dhoni do something silly? We now know, yes, he can.
Yeah, he is immortal, and that has crushed my expectations of him. I did not know that, and I'm not happy with the realization.
So Virat's only human.
Yeah, we'll forget about that. There is a game tomorrow. There's the Rajasthan Royals playing. There's Kings 11 Punjab playing. Kings 11 Punjab probably need the win a little more than Rajasthan does.
Well, Rajasthan need to lift themselves up. If Rajasthan don't win that, they're down to 2-6. So then they're not coming back. If they have to come back, they need to be 3-5.
Yeah, it's tough though. Huh? When you look at the points table, you're looking at Rajasthan and you're going, it's tough.
Basically, it's like managing your overs. You got to manage your butler.
Yeah.
Till such time as he's there, you win as many as you can.
Yeah. The problem with the Royals is that the butler's leaving.
Yeah.
So they need a new butler. And there isn't another butler out there.
Yeah, there's no other butler out there.
The butlers were the heart and soul of royalty anyway, weren't they? Well, no,
yeah.
I didn't say that.
It's true.
When you come in, we cry
Silver service. And Joss Butler gave that silver service in the last game that they played against Mumbai. He was just spectacular that day. And they'd be hoping that he can do the same in Mohali. It's his kind of ground. He'd like that.
Yeah. And when he gets in mode and in confidence mood, he generally goes like he did last year. He goes boom, 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 game after game. He's
You've seen him. Where do you bowl to Butler? Because sometimes, so you look at Hardik Pandya. Hardik's hitting there, right? Sometimes he'll squeeze there, he's hitting there. But Butler will play this, Butler will play this. He hits round the dial.
In the nets,
ball spin.
I'd say in the nets.
Ball spin.
That's the best place to
I mean,
bowl to
the
him.
best place for him to have faced spin was at the Wankhede because
Yeah.
there wasn't a great deal of spin. It was skimming on, and he could strike it into the ground, into the grandstands. I think Mohali, with it being a bit bigger, it doesn't quite. It's a good pitch.
Game in Mohali that was slow, but otherwise they've been good.
Yeah, it's decent, but it's a bigger hit.
Yes.
You can't just swing through the line. So I'd bowl a bit of spin at Joss Butler.
But Kalol, in my ear, our director in my ears, just told me, he said tomorrow's the Ramshot derby, right? There's Joss Butler on one side and there's Sarfaraz on the other. The only difference is one of them has his eyes open when he's doing it. Joss Butler.
want to see
The other one's just praying. He just put his head down and go, God save me.
No, that's why I called it the Salam Alaikum shot.
The Salam Alaikum shot, yeah.
हम
Head
तो
down.
हम तो क्या कहते हैं? हम तो झुक के सलाम करते हैं.
Yeah.
तो झुक के हम. Is that shot?
Yeah, he worries
But
me.
I want to see his wagon wheel. I have a feeling there's nothing there. All his shots are here. He's playing the V, except that the V is behind.
So when does an opposing team understand that that's one of it? So
Get a guy behind the keeper.
Someone plays through the covers. You put a fielder in the cover because that's the
Have a long
traditions
stop.
and the history of the game, or mid on. That's his favourite shot. So why don't you have someone behind the keeper?
What do they call him? The backstop?
So you're basically
Long
saying
stop?
you're basically saying to Southwest Cow. So if someone's a great hitter through the offside, I would protect as a captain, protect the offside, and I'd say to that player, okay, we know that you're very good, Dave. You're going to play a great shot. You're only going to get one for it. So we're going to try and make you play your shot that you're not quite as accustomed to. So if I was playing against Southwest, I'd put a fielder behind there and say, okay, you've got to try something different now.
In Jaipur, Rajasthan Royals had their third man so fine. He was almost a deep first slip. And he bounced. Dhawal Kulkarni was a bowler. He was a little too slow to be able to do that. So he could actually play to a traditional third man, play that shot. But the idea was, let's bowl a quick bouncer outside off and get him caught at short fine. The other day, where was it? In Hyderabad, we had a man in front of the side screen. Can you do that?
Yep.
And not one of the cops running around.
Or behind the bowler.
Behind the bowler.
Yeah.
Behind the bowler, right in front of the side screen. Yeah. Because, who was it? I don't remember who the batsman was now, but he was hitting straight. So they had a fielder right in front of the side screen.
But wasn't that a no ball in gully cricket? In gully cricket, if you had somebody right behind the bowler, that was a no ball.
But gully cricket was the only time you had a fielder behind the wicket keeper because the wicket keeper was your worst fielder.
Yeah.
That's how he became the keeper in the first place, and he stopped nothing.
Yeah.
So you always had a man behind.
But also in gully cricket, you have 15 fielders because you know your friends, cousins, friends.
And you don't know who's coming into field and taking the ball away.
Come on, everybody. Yeah, you field there, you field there.
He just won an Ashes. He's wondering what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of gully cricket.
Yeah, you see, right?
I have, I've seen it all on the telly.
They keep coming in and out. All right, in Punjab, who will come in and out of this Punjab team? You know Ashwin likes to make the changes. He's a big horses for courses kind of guy. What will he do tomorrow? Do you think keeping the opposition in mind, keeping the surface in mind?
I don't think he'll play Darshan Nalkande or Agnivesh Ayachi.
All right, you're looking way down that list, right? You're giving us information that is not relevant. Please move towards the first or the middle.
Majib will come back in.
Yeah.
For Andrew Tai.
Okay.
That's where I would go. I'd make that swap against Rajasthan.
And that's it.
Yeah, because I think Rajasthan, they like, I mean, Andrew Tai doesn't always bowl pace on deliveries. He's got lots of tricks and lots of slow balls, but the Rajasthan batting lineup, they're all, apart from Butler, all touch players. So I'd be taking all the pace off against that kind of team.
Yeah. Okay, so that's them. Let's look at Rajasthan Royals. They didn't have Ben Stokes in the last game. There was no Ben Stokes there.
He's not fit.
So that's an issue for them. Do you see? Well, Liam Livingston, you mentioned Michael. Yeah, you're fond of him. He is an opener though, batting down at 5 and 6. Would you rather get Ashton Turner in there?
Yes, because Liam Livingston isn't a middle order player in T20 cricket.
Yeah.
He either opens or he doesn't play. You know, he's not been set out to bat a number 5 or 6 in T20, particularly in these conditions. So you're almost wasting an opportunity there. Ashton Turner, what does he do best? Bats at 5 or 6, played well in these conditions for Australia just a few weeks ago. I know he's been away to play a bit against Pakistan and now he's back, but he's the player that should be at number 5 and 6, and he has actually got the ability to strike the ball out the park from pretty much ball one.
I remember seeing, there was a Big Bash game when we were in Australia, and he was Perth's coaches.
Yep.
And it was an impossible run chase. And I said, there's no point in watching this. This game is over. So I switched off the telly, and they won with 2 balls left. It was an impossible chase. And I looked at the numbers. Ashton Turner just demolished everything. So he's that kind of player.
In terms of the Rajasthan bowling, is there something they'd like to change from this? I'll show you the team again. And would they like to change anything there?
The good thing they've done is they've got Jaydev Unadkat bowling 130 again.
Yeah.
And not just taking the pace off.
Yeah.
But the other day, I was at that game, because they didn't have Ben Stokes. Suddenly they're playing 5 bowlers. And the captain felt the need to have a little flexibility. So he got Liam Livingstone to bowl that 1 over. But they've got so used to having 6 bowlers with Ben Stokes giving 2-3 overs every game that suddenly he's not there and the balance is now wobbly. Who's the extra bowler? What if one of our bowlers has an off day?
Wow, yes. So for them, there is an issue. But Shreyas Gopal, in the previous game, Shreyas Gopal was quite good. So that's a plus for Ajinkya Rahane, the captain. So that's the one game tomorrow. Now, we'll just bring up the points table again and look at Kings 11 Punjab, because how does that impact them? They're stuck in that little traffic jam that's happening on 8 points. 2 teams have gone away to 10, which is Delhi and Mumbai yesterday and today. So they need to win this. Now, remember, this is an extra game that they're playing. The other teams ahead of them are all on 8 games. So tomorrow will be Punjab's 9th game. So now if they lose this, then they are in serious trouble, because the other teams could pull away to 12.
And they'll need to win 4 out of 5 to qualify.
Yeah. So tomorrow is a supremely important game for them. And you'll have a Rajasthan Royals side that will feel motivated. You've got to feel motivated. You win an away game at the Wankhede against Mumbai, and then you've travelled straight to Mohali. You're backing yourself then.
Yeah, I mean, it's T20 cricket's about getting on a run.
Yeah.
You know, once you win one game, you win another, you start believing that you're going to win every game. When you've just won one game, and then you lose another game, you're kind of looking at each other going, we've got no consistency, we're not quite sure how to play the pressure. We're not quite sure about the different combinations, but if you win one and then you win another, it kind of all just rolls into one. You believe that you're going to win every game from any position. So a huge game for both teams. I would say whoever loses tomorrow night, I think they might be doomed.
Rajasthan Royals know their best batting order. I'm
No?
not sure they do, because they don't know, should Smith be 3, should Smith be 4, should Sanju Samson be batting up above him? When Ben Stokes comes back, should he be sent up because he's not just a slogger at the bottom? I'm not sure they still know what, other than the fact that Rahane and Butler are going to open. I don't know if they know what their best batting order is.
The good thing about the game is that not just Butler, but Rahane came out the traps and played nicely.
Yeah.
Whether it was because the pitch was a little bit better for his style of play, we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. But that is how he's got to go out and play in the first. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to try and cause a bit of chaos, and he's got to get his team off to a flyer.
Okay, well, that of course will be tomorrow. Let's finish up today's business with the joy factor question. I can't read this. It's just too long, and I've got things to do.
Okay, I don't know the answer, but I looked at Michael when that happened, because there's only one tournament where you play 2 semi-finals on the same day and then the final.
It's in South Africa.
No, it's in the big T20.
It's in England.
It's in the Blast.
Yeah, it's in the Blast. It's in the NatWest Blast.
Yeah. So name the competitions. Okay, Leicestershire and Somerset.
Friends Life T20.
Does it change its name every year?
Well, it's called the NatWest Blast. That's why it confused me.
It's 2011, though.
Yeah, 2011.
It's 2011.
Leicestershire, Paul Nixon's team.
Yeah. Leicestershire and Somerset. Can you imagine both matches ending in the super over?
Wow.
I wonder if both the winners then went on to play the final. Obviously. They won the super
That
over.
also...
Sorry.
It's late.
Well, at least I corrected myself before someone picked it up.
That was really good. That was really good. It was when he came back.
You know that terrible moment when you think you're about to say something very intellectual and they say, no, that was stupid.
You know how you see those old cartoon films when Bugs Bunny is running and then he runs out of ground and he's just there and he's just looking like, oh, what have I done? That was that kind of moment. Okay, well, let's see if anybody... By the way, that happens in South Africa as well. They also play the finals on the same day in South Africa. So let's see who got that right. We obviously have a winner. The first person to get that right... Oh, we were talking about Shreyas Gopal. His brother Shivram Gopal has won today. Not his brother, but I don't know. You wouldn't mind being his brother. So Shivram Gopal...
How do you know he's not his brother?
They probably are brothers.
Yeah.
Probably are. But if you notice, there was a guy called Shiv Nath who was up on the leaderboard. And this guy called Shiv Ram, who's up here.
They're all gods.
And it's Tuesday. It's Monday going into Tuesday. I don't know which one is day. I'm really bad. I'm not very religious. Which one is the day of Shiv?
After what I just
Monday.
said, I I don't think I can.
I know I can't do worse, so I can ask the question now, right? Monday is the day of Shiv, right? Yeah, so there you go. On a Monday, both the Shivs have won. Spooky. That's pretty bizarre, man. And it also happens to be our director's birthday today. By the way, he decided not to take the day off. He's taking the day off tomorrow. You'd go, why? Was he expecting to be hungover? No, because it's his wife's birthday tomorrow. Smart guy. He's doing well. He's playing the long game, brother.
And it's Shubha Nobobarsho. It's Bengali New Year Day. It's Tamil New Year's Day. He's losing it by now. How many New Years are there? The other was Baisakhi.
Arsenal play Watford in 20 minutes.
It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new year for Arsenal, hopefully, as well. Not this year. No, it's not. All right. Well, it's time for us to go. Big thank you to Mr. Harsha Bhogle. Thank you, Mr. Michael Vaughan. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of you for watching. I'm Gaurav Kapur. This is MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. We will see you tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Arsenal.